Hi everyone, this is Jo Smart from Fi Angels. It's the 31st of May and I'm here to do your June Lightworker reading. June feels like it's taken ages to get here. May feels like it's been really long, which is, I think, because normally I'm saying, oh, it's flown by. It feels like ages since I did the last reading. It's like, yeah, May just feels like it's been 2 months in one. But here we are for June's Lightworker reading, and I feel called to focus on a couple of things this time round, and a lot of it is focused on world events and how that's having an impact on us spiritually, energetically, but also physically in terms of our human needs as well. Oh gosh, it's just started absolutely chucking it down outside. So May's been a funny weather month as well. Feels way more like February. So yeah, there is a lot going on, and we have to acknowledge that is going to have an impact on us, like I said, in all of those areas. And what I really want to focus on today is 3 things: fighting the fear and not becoming the fear; gratitude, not being a tick box exercise, but really using gratitude, especially at a time like this; but also attracting abundance to ourselves and not feeling guilty about that. Because there is enough to go round for everybody, and that's what most people don't get. And I think the reason why it feels like there's not enough to go round is all us. It's humans. This stuff in terms of the cost of living crises, the war and conflicts, particularly the one that we're feeling the most in the West, which is the war with Ukraine and Russia. The shootings, the mass shootings that are going on, particularly in America, that stuff doesn't happen to teach us a lesson. That stuff doesn't happen as a punishment from the source or God, however you want to describe it. Because the source, God, the universe, only has love for us and wants us to succeed and wants us to evolve and wants us to live in a world where there is peace and there is harmony and there is plenty. But it's us that put these borders around the countries. It's us that created trade deals that aren't fair. It's us that said, this is mine, that's yours, but actually I want a bit of yours and I'm going to come and get it. That's human. Mostly men, but it's human. I was thinking this morning, if number 10, the Kremlin and the White House and other big, institutions like that just were replaced, the people in there were replaced with covens of green witches to sort out the agriculture and water witches to sort out the climate change stuff, and a few moon goddesses. Let's just get some divine, feminine, wise woman goodness in these places. We might be in a better place. But as somebody who tries to stay well away from politics, I'm not going to start that movement. But if one of you out there feels motivated too, I'm on board. But, getting back to the seriousness of it is, it's us that create this environment and this situation that keeps us stuck in this lack of evolution of our spirit. I don't feel like we've moved very technologically. We may have moved further in terms of our evolution, but actually in terms of wanting peace and knowing how to achieve peace and looking after ourselves and looking after each other and looking after the planet, we are stuck. But individually we can do stuff about that and we can protect ourselves from that. And I think, the first thing I said was about fighting the fear rather than becoming the fear, because if you watch the news, if you read the news, there's a lot of doomsday stuff out there and scary stuff out there. I was reading something yesterday about rationing electricity and blackouts in the winter. There's, you know, stuff about food shortages. There's, you know, the stuff about the increasing cost of living, of fuel, of energy, of food. And all of those things are frightening, and all of those things make us feel anxious and insecure about our future. And it can stop us from making decisions that are going to benefit our highest good. And so but it also, when we feel, when everybody feels fearful about those things, that's the energy that goes up into the universe and then comes back down. So it's the same as in the pandemic, you know, when we were affected by all this collective global fear going up into the universe and then being spread around. So the energy becomes that of fear, of uncertainty. And then after the pandemic, there was a bit of exuberance, but there was also a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. And now we're going back into fear because we haven't really had a break from all of the consequences of all the stuff that's been going on. So it's really important that we don't, because, you know, particularly with our connection and our energetic connection and our knowledge of that, if we start feeling anxious and we start feeling fear and we get consumed by that fear, we are just contributing to that global energetic, you know, fearful energy. So what we really need to try and do is fight that fear by sending positive vibes, positive energy. Know that, you know, one thought is worth about 5 negative thoughts in terms of the vibrational level of it. So if we can be continuing to try to think positive, to try and be solution focused in our own little bubbles, in our own little groups, then and try to spread that positivity, and that's then fighting that fear. So the more positive thoughts, the more positive energy we as a group of light workers can send up into the universe, that dilutes the fear that's coming from other people who may not know how to protect themselves or not know the impact of their own individual negativity and what that does, because it gets shared, it's contagious. So if we can try and fight that fear by just trusting the process and trusting the universe that we'll all be safe and we'll all be fine, and sending that love and sending that trust into the universe, it, like I say, it dilutes that fear and it comes down, and that becomes what's contagious. And if we're struggling to do that, because, you know, unless you're a millionaire, you know, with an unlimited supply of cash, you're feeling the pinch. We are all having to make changes to the way we live our lives in order to reduce our energy use, in order to make our money go further on the weekly shop, you know, so in terms of, you know, having less disposable income. So we are, you know, all having to make those changes, thinking, do I really need to use my car for that trip? In a way, some of that stuff's really positive. If we all can reduce our energy use and our fuel use in cars, that's really good for Mother Nature. But it is making us think a bit more, and some of that thinking is attached to anxiety as well. You know, I'm looking at my smarter thinking, for God's sake, I can't turn anything else off. Why are you still going up? So, you know, if we can try and protect ourselves from that, and, you know, acknowledge, yes, this is happening, there's nothing we can do, you know, physically about it, but what can we do energetically about it? And one of those things is, even if our lives are changing and we're having to adapt and make sacrifices or compromises, is to still be grateful. Now, I've slipped into this myself, of gratitude being a tick box exercise. Oh yeah, while my computer's logging on in the morning, I'll just fill out my gratitude list. You know, and it can, I think, sometimes become a bit robotic, and that's when I suddenly thought, hang on, I need to switch this up a gear. This isn't about a tick box exercise. This isn't about just part of my morning routine. I have to live this. I have to really feel grateful. I have to really acknowledge what I've got in my life that I am grateful for and I'm blessed to have. And so that vibration is protective. So, like I say, even while you might feel like you've got less right now, you've still got things to be grateful for. You've still got blessings in your life. So focus on those, focus on what you do have rather than what you don't have, and don't allow gratitude just to become a tick in the box ritual that you go through. It's something you have to live every day. It's something that you have to breathe with every breath, to really feel that, to really improve your vibrations with that, and therefore send the positivity back up to dilute the negativity that is swirling around us with all of the fear that's going up into the universe. And it's also about using that gratitude to attract abundance, and again, not feel guilty about that. And I think I've said before, where often people will say, I've got my, there's people worse off than me. Of course there are. There always will be, but that doesn't reduce your worthiness and your deservedness of what you need to achieve a happy, purposeful life. So it's not a comparison. It's not a competition who's more worthy than somebody else. We're all worthy. It's just not everybody of us, or not all of us, are on the journey of knowing how to attract that and knowing how abundance works and how the universe works. So when you attract abundance and you attract what you need to protect yourself from the what's going on in terms of man-made decisions about the prices of stuff and how we trade stuff and who owns what, is knowing there is enough to go around. So if there's guilt attached to your manifestations and you using the law of attraction, it's not going to work. You'll just attract more stuff to feel guilty about. So I think before I move on to the reading, just to recap that at the moment, is we have to fight the fear, and we fight that fear by being positive and having high vibrations, and we fight that fear by being grateful, and by doing those things we also attract abundance to ourselves, and we deserve that abundance. We have a purpose in life, and it is our right to have what we need to live a life that serves that purpose. And we serve in a way to serve us. So that doesn't mean sacrifice. That doesn't mean compromise. That doesn't mean going without. That means having what we need. And that's not basics. That is what we need to be comfortable, to be happy, to be joyful, and spread that out to the rest of everybody else who in their own spiritual journey hasn't quite got that yet. So for that purpose, the card deck that I've gone to is Angels of Abundance by Doreen and Grant Virtue. So this is about using the energy, the universe and the angels to attract that abundance to us that we need. Because when we're abundant, we can share more abundance, we can promote more abundance, we can shine more light. So everyone's a winner. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards. I've set the intention that in this time of uncertainty, particularly with abundance, what do we need to do to continue to attract abundance to us, to serve our highest good, and therefore serve the highest goods of the people around us. So I'm going to pull 3 cards and see what they say. Okay, so the first card we got is it's safe to receive. And that goes back to what I was saying about feeling guilty. And if you've got more than somebody else feeling guilty about that, like you shouldn't, you should. You should. If you've attracted that abundance to you, fair play. You know, maybe help other people see the light in that way. So it's safe for you to receive. There's no reason to feel guilty about receiving. There's no reason for you to feel like you're not deserving of that. If you've received it, you deserve it. And you've attracted it. And the universe has listened to you. And the source has listened to you. And because the source loves you, it's given it to you. So it is safe to receive. And when you do receive, feel grateful. Give that gratitude energy back to the universe to be dispersed, to dilute the negativity. So it's all an exchange of energy. If you receive money, if you receive a gift, if you receive help, and you feel grateful, you are giving back. So it's a cycle, it's an exchange, it's how the world works, it's how we work with the energy. So it is safe to receive, and when you receive, make sure you feel grateful. We've also been encouraged that if we need help, ask for it, and I think this has come up recently in a reading as well. Again, it's that exchange. Sometimes we give and sometimes we need to take. It's all part of an exchange. It all keeps the balance. So you are deserving of help. You are worthy of help, because sometimes when you're in the position to help somebody else, you do. So it's, even if it's not the same person, it's paying it forward. It's paying back the universe for the help you've had in the past, and you are now in a position to receive help. So again, it's all part of the system. It's all part of the way it works. So if you need help, ask for it, whether that's financially, whether that's help with your manifestation, whether that's help to improve your energy, whether that's help to have more time, then ask and you will receive. Ask other people, ask friends, ask companies, ask organisations that are out there to help, but ask the universe and ask the angels. Thank you, angels, for bringing to me the help that I need now to serve my highest good in this situation. So, and feeling grateful when you receive that help, not feeling like you're a burden, not feeling like you don't deserve it, because then you're sending low vibrational payment back. Who wants to be paid with low vibrations? I don't. Pay it back with high vibrational gratitude, and again, keep that exchange going. And then the third one is visualize that abundance in all forms. Figure out what it is you need in this current situation, what you need to continue to serve your purpose, what you need to continue to experiencing joy, what you need to continue just being a light worker. Visualize what you need. How much money do I need? How much time do I need? Or visualize how much food do I need to feed my family this week? Visualize that abundance in all of its forms in order to attract it to you. Remember, the universe is literal. It needs quite clear instructions in order to give back what it is that you need and what you're requesting, what you're setting your intentions for. So figure it out and visualize it. Visualize yourself there. Feel the feelings of you there, and send that message up into the universe in order to get it back. And again, do it with gratitude, the highest vibration that you can feel. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels, for providing me with this much this month, or this much this year, so that I can continue to serve my purpose in a way that serves mine and other people's highest goods. You're setting intention for the highest good. You're not setting intentions, can't win the lottery so I can just buy a yacht and travel around the world, and not think about how that's going to serve your purpose or impact on the greater good. You're setting intentions for your life. You're setting manifestations for your life, which will include serving the purpose. If you win the lottery, great, fair play. But I'm sure everybody here listening to this, if they won the lottery, would do good things with it. So it's about, what do I need? This is what I need, universe. Thank you for helping me achieve it. Gratitude brings abundance. Visualization brings abundance. Manifestation brings abundance. I need now to set the intention that this rain stops so I can get back into my house for my next meeting without becoming a drowned rat. I'm not sure that will work. But this is what we need to do, to fight the fear, to feel grateful, and to attract to us the abundance that we need and we deserve. Know that it is safe to receive. It's not a competition. You should receive what you need. Ask for what it is that you need, whether you do that in a human sense with other people around you and agencies around you, or whether you do that with the angels in the universe, or a combination of both. Ask and you shall receive. And visualize it. Don't just send something willy-nilly, airy-fairy and fluffy up to the universe. Oh, I need more. What do you need? How much more do you need? And that's what you're sending to the universe. That's how we get through this, and that's how we get through it in a way that helps other people get through it, and maybe, just maybe, send some messages up into the universe that come down to these decision makers, that propel a bit of evolution and a bit of spiritual enlightenment in the people in charge, that we can actually maybe grow from this situation and see the error of our historical ways and change and get a bit closer to that lovely, loving human community that we are striving for. I hope you found that helpful. I hope you're dry wherever you are. I'm about to not be. But it's Mother Nature in all of her glory, isn't it? So I will see you back for July. Oh, it stopped. Better stop so I can run into my house and stay dry. Right, love and light everybody. See you in July, and have a fabulous, abundant June full of wonderful things and gratitude.